Start the
Shouts
stream.
out to Roads and
We're
Shows.
not live yet. It's just pushing to YouTube.
Cliff's over there back in the background like a mascot. You see her? Or see him?
What up, Cliff?
Hey, what's
Oh,
up,
it went ahead
Cliff?
and put us live.
Oh,
Love
heck
that.
yeah.
Don't know why I did that. But
Nothing
here we are.
can stop me. I'm all the way up.
All the way. It's the Unicorn Cowboy Show, Season 1, Episode 1, live on YouTube. Not yet
It
to be
sounds
seen.
so stupid when you say it like that.
Oh, for sure.
Oh,
Absolutely.
man.
But when we got the
Ouch.
shirts to match, hey, comment down below if you want us to link the merch.
Oh, hold up. One of us has the shirts, but all of us are supposed to have the shirts,
Okay,
all right?
so real quick about the shirts, all right? We never got back together. Never. We got these dope bowling shirts, right? And then the bowling alley shut down. Tragic story.
Man.
But the funny thing is, it's still the home of the CMU Eagles if you drive by it.
Dude, still has it.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Let's see. So got everything squared away here. I'm gonna close that and close that. All right, yeah. So we're like live doing this thing. Obviously, if you're here from the podcast channel, you're kind of wondering like, what the hell? What is this? I did release a small video, kind of saying like, yo, what up? Kind of changing gears here a little bit. Podcast is back to the main channel, but I'm already tired of talking about the other channels, so we're just gonna talk about this one now. We have no idea what's gonna go on here. We just kind of decided on a whim on what, guys? Was it a Wednesday that we were gonna do
Yes.
a podcast?
No, Thursday, because it was a Thursday, because we had Friday to talk about the name, and we still didn't come up with a name until this
Oh, yeah.
morning.
That is true. That is true. All right, so that is a good point. And honestly, the name just kind of happened by accident. Like I happened to have my Unicorn Cowboy shirt on because I thought it'd be kind of swaggy, and then here we are.
There's a lot of drip in that shirt.
Oh, for real. I'm gonna share this to the Book of Faces.
Oh boy.
Z Book
No-
of Faces.
No
Okay,
turning
you
back
don't
now.
have to log in, you crybaby.
Hey,
Whoa,
nah, man, I didn't.
whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
easy, chill,
hell.
man.
Well, I got.
He's attacking. He's attacking us.
Everybody
what
says.
are you doing?
Everybody says.
He did he brought this on himself.
Oh, nah, man. Hey, we were just saying. Oh, okay.
Jacob,
We're
Jacob,
gonna.
He did this to himself. You know what that calls for?
Oh. He's gonna end the show right now. In stream.
And
Yeah, can we be done?
Well, it was nice talking to everybody. We'll see you next week on season 1, episode 2.
It'll just be me.
All right, Dave. We hit him with it straight out the gate. We're golden.
we're good to go
Golden
now.
Pony Boy, yeah. But hey, when he does this to himself, guess what happens? When he does this to himself, we hit him with the moo. All right. So you
Yeah,
gotta
so-
watch yourself.
Okay, so what do you get?
Well, I don't know, man. Whatever you want.
Oh my god.
Oh boy, if that's the case. He may have just opened Pandora's box there.
Oh,
That is a good possibility. All right,
Man.
so
so let's get down to brass tacks here.
yeah, so let me pull up. All right, got it. So let's just off the rip. I mean, football is what everybody likes to talk about anyway. We'll get started with football. Obviously, Jacob, I'm not even going to ask you what your Super Bowl predictions are for tomorrow because it's going to have something to do with Patrick Mahomes.
Nope.
And, whatever. Oh, okay.
Nope.
I see what this is. This is the pessimist approach, where if they lose, then you can't be mad, but if they win, then you're happy.
No, this is called a realist approach.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
All
never
right,
The
thought
Eagles-
of
so I
the
can
realist.
continue.
The Eagles' offense is good, guys. The Chiefs' secondary has always been trash. It's been trash for the last few years. I mean, look at what Jamar Chase and Joey B did to the Chiefs' defense 3 games in a row. I mean, come on, like
Right.
they had a pretty good game against Joey B and Jamar Chase. I think Eagles by 7 in this game.
Eagles by 7. Okay. See, I'm thinking
Eagles
this
by
thing is.
7.
Wow.
I'm thinking this thing is decided by. Yeah, you got to stop. Emily's up here on some bullshit. But anyway, see, I'm thinking Chiefs by 3, And I'm thinking that field goal is decided, field goal is kicked in the last maybe like 5 minutes of the game. So I've been saying since even before the playoffs started, that whoever wins the AFC is going to win the Super Bowl. So I got to stick to my guns here because I do still feel that way. Jalen Hurts hasn't been on the big stage yet.
He hasn't. He was not.
So I think that's
Gabe, what's your
else.
prediction?
I picked the Eagles to win by 3, and it'll be a last-second field goal.
So both of you by 3.
Hey, wait, stop. Are we going to breeze right past that burp?
Oh, did I burp?
He didn't even know he uttered it.
No, hold up.
Okay,
hold on
listen,
a second. Hold up a second. We don't have our Shaq clickbait on the thumbnail yet. We can't.
That's a different episode. We ain't doing that. Yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we can't just like breeze right past that burp though. I mean, it was like you fucking growled.
But the fact that he creeped it out of his body and he was like, "Oh, well, yeah, no, I didn't even feel it."
Dude, he growled. It was like.
Well, my bad. My bad. My bad stream.
Yeah, chat.
Okay, so the betting odds for the Super Bowl are Eagles 1.5 point favorites.
I was just getting ready to say the Eagles are a 1.5 point favorite.
Okay. So the over/under total is 51 points. Who's taking the over or the under on that? What you guys taking? I'm going over. I'm going over.
I'm pretty sure that I've got mine set up as the over too.
So when I did my bracket at work, shamefully I did not have either one of these teams in Super Bowl, which means that I threw my money away. But I was like
Chiefs 49ers is where I was thinking it was going to go.
So I had 49ers and Bills because I needed to do something different than what everybody else had. Because if we all got the same shit, you know, we're stuck, right?
Correct.
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. Okay, Chris Berman.
Yeah, something like that.
49ers and Bills, he picked that for like 7 straight years on ESPN.
Are you serious?
Oh, wow.
Jesse, you never knew about that?
No, I guess not.
Oh, that's a whole thing. I'll send you the link after. But yeah, that used to be like his standing pick at the beginning of the season was always the 49ers and Bills.
Christopher, you can't be doing that. Man, this webcam got to drive me nuts.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, so the spread was 1.5 for the Eagles. And so I took them 31-28. We did a like one of those prop bet boards at work.
Okay.
And so it's got like a whole list of things as far as like how long's the national anthem for player stats, like
oh
who
my
has
gosh
sacks, like what do you think the game points, like for each quarter, how many points do you think are going to be scored? And whoever's got the most points wins. I think it's 70% of the pot. Yeah. First place is 70, second place is 20, third place is 10.
Yeah, so it's so fun, like the props. So I got a couple of my friends there. Bless their hearts, and I have told them this to their face, so it's not like I'm talking shit on them. They're as almost degenerate gamblers. I mean, they live to gamble, and the props are always so interesting to me. And that's what he was saying. Like you got like first touchdown, first passing touchdown, like you said. How long is the national anthem? It's all these like crazy little weird bets. Like you could even go as far as like what's the first play of the next What's the first play of the Chiefs' next drive going to be? A run or a pass? I mean, it's literally, and it's real time.
Do you guys see some of these parlays though that they're out here like betting? Like there's like 6-7 leg parlays that
it's wild.
Just like the guy that he would have had a $3 million payout or a $900,000 payout for all of the AP awards at the NFL awards the other night, and he missed one. He missed the offensive rookie of the year.
Who got that?
The Jets wide receiver, because the Jets, both Jets took home offensive and defensive rookie of the years. Sauce Gardner took home defensive player of the year, and their wide receiver, I think it's Davis, maybe.
Type fast, no pressure. Everybody's watching.
Garrett Wilson.
Okay.
Garrett Wilson took home the 2023 offensive rookie of the year. But the guy had 5 out of the 6 awards right. He had the MVP correct, obviously Patrick Mahomes. He had the defensive player of the year, Nick Bosa, correct. Offensive player of the year, Justin Jefferson, correct. Which one? He had the defensive rookie of the year in Sauce Gardner, correct. And I think that was it. No, I think he had comeback player of the year in Geno Smith, correct too, and then missed on the offensive rookie of the year.
Good grief.
So
That's a lot of legs to that just to make sure that you get it right.
right, but he bet $3.74. It would have paid out 900 or 3 million. I can't remember the number.
It'd be a wild number, I'm sure. And that's kind of the wild thing is like you could spend 20 and win 100, but obviously if you don't win, you just poof gone.
Yeah.
I that's the side of it that's like, man, I just don't know if I can do that or not. But there's people that live for that stuff,
agree.
and it's no offense to them. Like it would be fun to be able to do that, but like the anxiety ridden side of too many what ifs is a really unhealthy thing that I do, and like I just so it won't let me live to make bets like that.
I professionally bet on one sporting event in my life, and I won't do it again. I bet on Trey Mancini to win the home. I bet on Trey Mancini to win the home run derby a couple years ago. The year he came back after his cancer battle.
Okay.
And he was minus 1,700 odds, I think. So or it might have been plus 1,700. And so, anyways, I think I bet $50. It would have netted me like 2,000 or 5,000 or something like that. And he made it to the championship round, and I was like, oh man, if he wins, I'm about to make bank. And then he got obliterated in that final round.
But what's the main takeaway here? MLB is not scripted. The NFL is. That's the main takeaway here.
Oh God, here we go.
Hey, when they hand me my script at the beginning of the year, you know that thing's wildin'.
Yeah, see?
Here we go.
Okay, so like I really don't believe it, but there's times it makes you wonder if it is or not. You can't argue that point.
Yeah, but you could say the same about any sport in existence, right? I mean,
but why does the NFL always have to have like the crazy coincidences?
well, there's only 16 games a year, or I guess 17 now. Sorry, there's only 17 regular season games a year. Like, to me, there's more eyes on it, so it's easier to see these stupid coincidences and all these ridiculous stats these people are keeping these days.
The ridiculous stats is wild. Like, Patrick Mahomes is thrown
30 seconds left.
Patrick Mahomes is thrown for 472 yards on a third down when it's 62 degrees with an atmospheric pressure of less than 33 on
and
a day.
6 snowflakes on the ground.
Yeah, right. With a humidity percentage that's actually negative, and that's only happened twice in history in the last 632 years. Like it's wild.
Man, some of these people listening are going to be like, "How the hell did they get here?" We start with Super Bowl predictions, right?
Well, I mean, that's kind of the. What do you want to call? What's the word I want to look for? The idiocy of this group here.
So kind of to shift back towards that, like I do think the Eagles are going to win by 7. I think with Patrick Mahomes not having a full 100% leg, I think that hurts the Chiefs' opportunity. But he's had 2 weeks this time rather than a week after the game where he injured it. So
a high ankle sprain isn't something you recover from in a day, though. I mean, that's
no
hit that leg. That leg is going to be what decides it for everybody. And I love now that he's hurt this leg and he's got this high ankle sprain. Now everybody's an expert on high ankle sprains.
Oh, yeah. I mean, what do they?
Speaking from experience with high ankle sprains, let me tell you what that's like.
Okay, so Dave, how long did it take you to heal your high ankle sprain?
Weeks. You guys just wouldn't even understand. It was a whole process. It's too much to explain, but I'm an expert in it, but it's too much to explain to you.
Well, okay, so the experts say 6 to 8 weeks, right? But Mahomes is out there.
As experts, we would know that.
But Mahomes is out there playing on it a week later. To me, yeah, it's gutsy, but let's be real. Like, how much damage do you think he's doing to his foot or his ankle? Maybe he's not. I don't know.
I'd say there's definitely like a calculated risk there. Maybe like they understand that like, hey, this can't get any worse, or maybe it's he's going to have to do this in order to make it worse. That would be my kind of thought process on that. But it also like it goes to show like I'm going to be the first to say right here on YouTube or wherever the hell this ends up, I'm not a Chiefs fan, but I watch damn near. Yeah, right. I know.
Not a fan of the Chiefs.
Are you
Does he
kidding
not
me?
love? Does he not love Missouri? Question mark.
No
Oh,
way.
God. Yeah. New thumbnail.
Is he not a hometown hero? Question mark.
Hashtag news. Here we go.
Yeah, new thumbnail. It's me smiling and you two going like this.
Here, let me
Yes.
here, hold on. Let me put on my surprise face. All right,
So
we're ready.
I'm
Go
not
ahead.
a Chiefs fan, but I've watched damn near every Chiefs game for the last 2 or 3 years. One because
Kind of forced to push down your throat.
just Patrick Mahomes is just fucking electric, man. I mean, there's no way around it. Like, he is fun to watch play football.
Man, and I'm a Mahomes fan, but when you got to listen to him talk, sorry, go ahead. He's electric.
Yeah, so he's absolutely electric to watch, and it's like you said, it is kind of like you could say crammed down my throat. So I have a lot of friends that are Chiefs fans. If I want to stay in the loop, I have to watch the game, so I know what happened. So like, there's kind of that inadvertent, like, I end up watching every game anyway. I probably would anyway, just because, like I said, Patrick Mahomes is probably one of my favorite players to watch in the NFL right now. So like, it just goes
That's
to show.
not on
like,
your favorite team.
What's that?
That's not on your favorite team.
I
Or
mean,
just overall, you mean?
Overall, I mean, like, I'm a Bears fan through and through, but watching them is just abysmal. Justin Fields kind of finally started to get something figured out, but that we're rabbit holing right now.
We are. I would like to see them stick with him next year. Just to let him figure it out.
I think they're stupid if they don't. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I agree. Dave, who's your team?
I don't have one.
Oh God, we're gonna cop out here and not pick one.
I mean, well, I don't have like a NFL team.
Everybody,
I end up watching it. So what did it for me is that first year that I played fantasy football.
oh yeah, dude, the fantasy football sucks you in.
As soon as you play fantasy football, you're like, I can no longer root for a team. Like, I'm just going to start rooting for individual players because I need Kirk Cousins to put up 40 in order to stand a chance to win.
Bro, Kirk Cousins will put up 60 and then put up 10. Like, what? We're rabbit holing again, like Jesse said.
So in that moment, I'm a Vikings fan in that moment.
So real quick, hit him with the hellos, Grumpy Snacks in the chat. Hello?
Oh, hello?
Hello? Is this thing on? Hello?
Hello? What up, Snacks?
Yeah. So circling back, so Mahomes,
he said bear down.
Yeah. So circling back here, Mahomes is absolutely electric to watch. He's so much fun to watch play football, and it just really goes to show like how good this fucking guy is at football. You take his legs away, he can still throw. And now was he as lethal as he usually is? No, because he doesn't have both assets of his game. But he was still an extremely effective quarterback just throwing the ball. It just goes to show like what a good passer would be if they had a good set of legs on him.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think he had close to 400 yards that AFC Championship game.
He put up some numbers. We need a what do you call? What's the word? Statistician? Is that how you say that?
Yeah, statistician.
Esthetician.
Yeah. We need a statistician to be in the background.
Esthetician. Yes, that's what we need.
Esthetician. Okay.
I got you. I'll do both. Give me a second.
Well, you're taking too long.
Well, that's fine. Go ahead and talk about something else.
Okay, so
it's not an esthetician.
No, it's absolutely not. I think I don't even know what that is. Actually, I'm not even going to offer my insight.
Who specializes in skin beautification.
All right, let's do that too.
Lured you right
man, I don't care.
I thought that was a beautician.
Wait, so what's a beautician? And wait, hang on. Why do you know what an esthetician
Hold on, we
is?
need to solve this
He
right
just
now.
Googled it, bro. What you mean?
Oh my God. No, he didn't.
Well, no, I'd heard of the word esthetician, but
he totally bent over and yanked it
sure.
right out the old ass. That's exactly what he did.
So an esthetician is a trained technician who specializes in skin beautification. A beautician. Come on, Google. You can do this. A person whose job is to do hairstyling, manicures, and other beauty treatments. So the esthetician specializes in skincare. The beautician does it all: hair, face, all of it.
Oh, okay. All right.
So, all right. So I finally found it. Patrick Mahomes, 29 of 43 in the AFC Championship round, 326 yards, 2 TDs, no interceptions, 3 sacks. It looks like for 11 yards lost. So quarterback rating of 105.4.
So go ahead.
Man, But then you flip over to the other side of that, right? And you look at Joey B's stats. And Joey B, 26 of 41 for 270 and a touchdown, 2 interceptions on 2 healthy legs.
Sure.
Like, you know,
they kept him running for his life.
Oh man. And you don't see that, you know, a lot, but the Chiefs front line and the Chiefs linebacker core this year has been much improved compared to their secondary.
Sure.
And that's, again, that's why I think the Eagles take the slight edge here in the Super Bowl.
And that's how we tie it all back into our first question.
Yeah, all the way back around. But so, two-part question here, kind of like thinking about that. So, if Mahomes goes down, obviously everybody's going nuts about Chad Henne and what he did.
In Henne, we trust.
Yeah, in the divisional game. But
come on now.
Okay,
come on now.
Is it a game if Henne plays?
No, not a chance.
No.
And if the Eagles get another ride like that to a win, like they did last week against the 49ers, man. I mean the 49 and Christian McCaffrey said it best this week earlier. He said it's ridiculous that you can't have more than 3 quarterbacks on your team.
So did you see where George Kittle went and asked Brock Purdy if he could throw a football left-handed?
Yep. Yep.
He says,
but seriously, can you throw this thing
left-handed?
He
did. He goes, Brock. He goes, lefty? Are you ambidextrous? And Brock just shook his head. You just see him go, oh.
Are you amphibious?
Oh God. So, listen,
can you also be in the water and in the land, Brock?
And throw with both hands?
And we're already having trouble with words. I figured I would throw it out there, you know?
So every time
Brock Purdy actually a frog human, question mark?
New clickbait? So every time somebody brings up the ambidextrous thing, I always think of Kobe Bryant, that game that he hurt his right shoulder, so he tried shooting a bunch of stuff with his left hand.
Yep.
Like, just that is just I feel like in terms of like comparison, that's kind of like the bulldog mentality that like Patrick Mahomes has got. Like, dude, he's going to do whatever he's got to win. When he hurt his ankle, he's still running around everywhere trying to prove like, hey, I could still run. Put me back in the game. Like Kobe would be doing the same thing.
And Mahomes was so damn mad that they left him out till the end of the halftime, till the third quarter.
Yeah,
I mean he was furious.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And it was it was cool. Like,
that's the competitive nature in some of these guys, you know. But like, this is one of our next topics, and I'm not trying to segue into it just yet because
it's a smooth one.
But let's be real. LeBron ain't got that killer instinct in him. So 2 things here. We're segueing now. We're transitioning. It's a new word that they like to use now. So LeBron sets a scoring record, but is he still one of the greatest Lakers ever? No.
Discuss.
Not at all. He's only played for the Lakers for a few years. Like, if he, I don't know, if he like finishes his career there, maybe, but he's gonna have to bring another like championship or 2 to LA before he's considered one of the greatest Lakers ever. I mean, just because he scores a lot doesn't mean that he's one of the best Lakers. And he's been, again, I'm going to steamroll us right into the topic that we talked about, but
yeah,
he's been with too many teams.
So Patrick real quick says, defense in the NBA is a joke. It can definitely be a joke at times. Ain't no doubt about that.
Man, he ain't lying though.
No, but I feel
he is not lying.
But to LeBron's defense of like, I feel like there's so many people that like trash him. And I really don't understand why. I think part of it is like social media with, everybody jumping on the bandwagon of being a hater. Hang on just a second. But like,
so to touch on what you just said though, everybody hates Mahomes for the same thing because all the sports channels want to just They want to just shove them people down your throat.
But does Mahomes have the level of haters that LeBron does though? I don't feel
And
like he
there's
does. So my dad is not a Mahomes
Probably
fan.
not.
He's like, oh, he's just sloppy. He's like all of his custom throws. I'm like, oh my god,
Custom throws.
that's what he said that last night, and I almost just absolutely fell out.
Man, we need Rob on the podcast.
No, we don't.
Come on.
No.
Man.
So he goes,
Just
yeah,
ruining the fun.
yes. He goes him out there with his fucking custom throws. It's like sidearm, left hand, underhand. It's like, gee, he goes, just throw the fucking ball. I mean, technically, you're still throwing the ball, Dad. I don't know what to tell you.
So Patrick also says it's like comparing a live ball era ball player to a dead ball era player.
Yeah, like you just can't. You can't compare like eras of players. That's just my personal input. See you later, baby girl.
Bye, Felicia.
Hey.
Snack says, did he get the job done? Yeah, so shut it. So, yeah, so like circling back, like everybody's trashing LeBron and LeBron this and Jordan that. Like the one thing I'll give LeBron, and not that Jordan probably couldn't do this to an extent, LeBron can play any position on the floor.
Dude, for sure. But one thing to Snacks' credit here is, yeah, he got the point scoring job done. Yes, absolutely. I think LeBron is one of the best all-around players in NBA history. I'm not going to sit here and say that. I just don't think he's one of the best. The question Jesse asked was, is he one of the best Lakers ever? No, I don't agree with that.
No.
But no, he is one of the absolute best of all time.
But why is he one of the best Lakers ever? Like, boom, right into the topic here. I mean, to me, to be one of the best Lakers ever, you have to be someone that, like, you say Lakers and you think of it. Somebody says Lakers, you think Magic Johnson. You think
Kareem.
Kobe Bryant. You think honestly, I consider Shaq as part of the Lakers legacy. I mean, he spent so many years
Pau
there, won
Gasol.
all the championships. Yeah, you could.
I don't know. Yeah.
Derek Fisher.
Powell won. Oh, that's a good name.
Did he? He
Yeah.
had. He started.
Swaggy P.
Oh, stop.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Totally just a joke. But I think Powell could go down as a Laker. You think about Powell when you think about the Lakers, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
the
Derek-
top name when it
Derek-
comes to the
Derek
Lakers
Fisher,
is Kobe to me.
Rick Fox. I mean, like James Worthy.
yeah, because Rick Fox left and went to San Antonio, right?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah. But see, like you got guys that like they're attached to teams. Like you think Vince Carter, you think the Raptors. You think Dwayne Wade, you think the Heat. You think Allen Iverson.
Tim Duncan, Spurs.
Well, see, he
I mean,
never
but
played
that-
anywhere else.
well,
though.
Yeah, he never played anywhere else. I was going to make the same case for Dirk, but he never played anywhere else.
Yeah,
Dude.
you think Allen Iverson?
Scottie Pippen. Hold on, Scottie Pippen. You think of the Bulls?
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
he
good.
played
That's a
for
really good one.
Portland.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Right,
a really good
right.
one.
But so to get into our topic, you've got LeBron, who you can't. Maybe Cleveland, you could maybe claim as his home.
But,
But-
it's only because he's from there.
His real legacy, in my opinion, is with the Heat.
Ooh, I mean,
I mean, to be honest, all them championships won with D Wade and Bosh. I mean, of course, there's only two, but let's be real. It wasn't two and then three and then, as many as he said it was going to be.
no, not 3, not 4, not 5. I mean,
Right?
hey, nothing wrong with being hype with the boys though. I'm here for it.
That's what arrogance gets you, and that's when that humbling is real satisfying as a fan.
But I mean, you have to be confident though. I mean, you don't when
for
you walk up to the plate, you don't think to yourself, I'm not getting a fucking hit. You don't even tell
So
yourself
then, what
that.
what do you think the cutoff is for a player to be considered like from that team?
I would say
Like-
a better part of their career, like a tenure there.
Well, so because like Powell was with the Grizzlies for 7 years, 01 to 08, and then with the Lakers from 08 to 14.
I thought that's almost a
I
50-50
mean-
split then.
Yeah,
Right,
he's got one
but-
extra year with the Grizzlies, but if we're
The
being
pro-
real, though,
the problem
you
is
don't think
he
about him
won-
with the Grizzlies.
No, and that's the team that drafted him. The problem is the
But the-
fact that he won those 2 championships with the Lakers.
So
The
Snacks brings up the point.
Grizzlies,
Snacks brings up the point. Accomplishments. What
Right.
did you accomplish there? I mean, yeah, that could definitely be part of it.
oh, for sure. But Powell, who really thinks about the Grizzlies when they think about NBA?
I do because
No.
I'm an NBA dork. So when you said Powell, the first thing I thought of was the Grizzlies.
For real? Because
Yeah.
not me. Of course, I'm also a Lakers fan.
Right.
So I think of Powell in the purple and gold.
Sure.
But even when somebody says Ja, I don't think of Memphis Grizzlies immediately. Like, an unpopular opinion here, I can't
Who do you
stand Ja
think of?
Morant. Nobody. I just think of Ja Morant. Like, I don't think of the Grizzlies, and I don't know why. Because it's such a small market team, maybe.
You don't think of Vancouver? Weird.
Man,
Jacob hates Canada?
hey, man.
Question mark.
But
You mean you don't think of Vince Carter and think of Snickerdoodles? I mean, come on.
bro, here's the thing. Those
Vince
throwbacks
Carter,
that
man, he
Memphis
loves
has-
Snickerdoodles. I'll tell you what.
Does he though? Hashtag get Vince Carter on the show.
Vince Carter loves Snickerdoodles? Question mark.
Yeah, Vince Carter at me. Clickbait. Bye, Jacob. Did you slack yourself in a bedroom?
Now I got to turn the fan on because it's hotter than blue blazes in here.
Oh, okay.
You know,
He just locked Cliff. He just locked Cliff in the room. Cliff, you ain't getting out.
man,
Ain't
Cliff
going
will have
nowhere.
his drywall eating real quick.
Yeah, so he'll eat a hole through
Eat
the
a
wall.
hole
He'll
right
get
through
out.
that wall.
He's going straight to China with that whole.
So kind of circling back. So, you got like AI. You got AI with the 76ers. Yeah. You got all these players that have like a legacy where they went. But then you get to talking about current day players. You got LeBron. You got KD. You got Kyrie. Chris. I think you could even throw Chris Paul in the mix, honestly.
Yeah, he's got too many homes.
Yeah, he's been bouncing around. Like, it's just the day and age of the NBA.
Who do you
It's
think
a weird
of
one.
Yeah.
Can we visit? Can we
say
visit
KD
what
even.
teams are now? And freaking, who was the commissioner before Silver? Was it
Stern, wasn't it?
Stern? Him vetoing the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers because of what reason? And now look at the NBA.
Right.
Super teams everywhere.
Yeah. It's a wild concept.
Man, so if we're being real, like, I think Chris Paul probably would have been a Laker for a long time with Kobe and Powell had financial stipulations worked out on that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, Snack says maybe not try hiding from the camera and it won't be so hot. Hoodie, hat, and sunglasses.
I mean, he's probably right.
He's just trying to.
He's got a good point, man. But hey, this morning I woke up, it was cold. All right, it's gotten a little hot outside and humid because it's been raining all day.
Ugh.
So,
Dude, humidity in the South is unreal. It's absolutely unreal.
That's a good point about hoodies, sunglasses, and hats.
Oh my God, here he goes.
No,
we can't do this yet. We can't do this yet. we gotta get done with what we're
I
talking
was about to do it too, and I was like, no, we can't.
Yeah, go ahead and cover that logo up, Gabe. Yeah, so
Man, Snack says strip, band stream. Yeah.
oh, trust me, we've already got plenty of other things that are going to get that done
Man,
for us.
Snack just wants me to lose the Cardinals gear. That's what it is.
So I am surprised to see you wearing Cardinals gear when the Chiefs play tomorrow.
I can't use my jersey till tomorrow, man. Superstition. I wore it last.
I can't use it.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Well, all right, whatever. You can pet your dog that's at your side there.
Oh, hello.
Hey, let's go.
Hi.
Do this like some of those chick streamers. They got like their little webcams for their cats. You wanna
Oh,
do that?
no, we ain't doing that. Cliff's trying hard to get up here, though.
Pokey Ragsdale instead of Pokimane.
Pokey Jake.
Okay. No. Not a chance.
So something else talking about all these players and their legacies and everything. An interesting thing, I'm not a Stephen A fan. Don't at me, Stephen A. We're just going to go ahead and get everybody here. But he brought up a pretty good point, because this is a contract year for Kyrie Irving. You can't give that guy a contract longer than a freaking year. Is he worth a lot of money per year? Absolutely. But you can't justify paying him more than a year at a time. And
Which then means you can't plan your future either for
Right.
a team to take a risk on that. And that sucks for that
You're
team.
basically signing him to a 2-year deal every time with a team option after the first year.
Yeah,
And you maybe you sign him to a long-term deal, but you get and I don't know how NBA contracts work, but maybe you give yourself a team option for every year after the fact. If he doesn't perform,
Right.
bye.
Yeah, you could do that. I think it's like he is probably painting himself in the corner of being what I would consider a hired gun, basically for the rest of his career. Like whoever needs him is going to take him, and if they don't need him, they don't take him. Like if he's needed for longer than a season in Dallas, then they might pick him up for another year. But if they feel like they can do better for the same amount of money or less, then they will.
Is Kristaps is in Washington, right? He's not in Dallas anymore, right?
No, he's not in Dallas. God, where's he at? All right, my turn.
Wizards.
Kristaps, he's in the
Yeah.
he's with the Wizards.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so I always get him and Joker mixed up. Always have, always will. It's like you said that and almost said Utah Jazz. And I was like, wait, that ain't right.
Racist here.
What? How?
I'm just mad because
Oh,
they're
God,
both
here we
white.
go. We can't. That's all right. All right. Listen, swing hard in case you hit it. Beat your hero. Catch you next time. Show is over.
Fun while it lasted.
So a crazy thing to talk about is Zion here again, because I just looked up that Kristaps, I think, is coming back, or he was hurt.
Okay.
Zion's hurt again this year.
Yeah,
Hamstring strain on January 3rd, and he's still out, and he'll miss the All-Star game.
So that's an interesting thing. Like, is he
starting to be the next Greg Oden?
Is he? Did you know? God, is Greg Oden still in the league? No. Who is it?
Oh, heck no.
I saw a thing the other day. It was the oldest NBA players. Who was it? It was somebody in there. Like I could not believe oldest NBA players.
Udonis Haslem is going to be the oldest one, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Andre Iguodala. I didn't realize Iguodala was still in the league either.
Yo, he is? Is he even playing?
That I don't know. Udonis
you're
Haslem
right.
is 42. Iguodala will return to the Golden State Warriors for his 19th and final season in 2022-2023 before officially retiring. Carmelo Anthony is 38. LeBron James 37. Paul Millsap is 37.
Carmelo Anthony hasn't played this year, so I don't think he should be on that list.
Let's see. I'm looking through here. How old is Al Horford?
Not that old.
He looks old.
30, 35, 36.
Oh, he looks older than hell.
Yeah, him and who is it? Somebody just confused him and Nicholas Batum on the street for each other and said "Go Celtics"
What's
to
up,
Nicholas Batum.
Oh, whoops. So,
Oh,
is
Q's in the chat.
yeah, what up, Q?
No.
Dave says, "Oh no."
So Snacks makes a claim that he says you could claim that Westbrook and Kyrie are the same, great players, but not worth the hassle. Dude, Westbrook's stock has gone down quite a bit, personally.
I will say
Did
this
you
though.
see that he got
Being
called a
Lakers-
vampire?
What?
Oh no.
He got called a vampire.
Why?
Dave McMillan called him a vampire because he sucks the life out of a locker room. And so
Oh.
then that prompted a response from Westbrook's wife on Instagram.
Oh,
I think it
oh
was.
God, this is like softball where the wives yell from the stands. Oh God.
So the wife chimes in and she's like, the fact that you would even say that about my husband, like, out your source, because my kids are the ones having to deal with this when they go to school. And then I miss who was it? There. Let me find the article really quick because there were a couple of players
Sweetie.
that went to bat for him.
While you're looking that up, I will say this: as a Lakers fan, getting to see Westbrook over the last few years,
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Jacob. Finish that.
Just seeing him play in and out, his shot's broken. Let's be real. Like I'm not sitting here saying like Westbrook is a superstar anymore, but what he did for the game, averaging a whole triple-double for a whole season and then some, I mean, that is impressive in itself, number one. But number two, that dude will hustle. He'll give you everything he's got in the tank, whether it's good shots, whether it's bad shots, whether it's a brick. you know, the
He's still
hustle's
throwing
there.
him up. He's still throwing him
Yeah.
up. I don't think
Oh,
anybody's ever like questioned. Personally, I don't think anybody's ever questioned like his ability as a player until these last couple of years. Just these last couple of years, it seems like he can't get out of his own way. But
Yeah.
I mean, if he could just fix his shot, man, I think that would go a long ways with a lot of people dogging him. But let's
So
be
I had the name
honestly
wrong.
real too.
It's
He's also
it's Dave
soft.
McMenamin.
okay.
Yeah, it's Dave McMenamin, and he says, as one source told me, you remove a vampire from the locker room. So then Westbrook's wife was basically talking about the fact, hey, watch what you say. My kids are the ones that have to deal with that. So then Chris
Doesn't have
Paul
anything to do with his kids.
puts a comment. Well, just the fact that
Because
somebody
it's
talking
kids
about
in
the
his
dad, and
social
they've got
media.
a-
That's why.
I
yeah,
guess,
yeah. So then the kids have to deal with it because everybody's talking about their dad. So Chris Paul says put a name on it, seemingly referring to McMenamin's source, while Devin Mitchell added stop it, and then T.O. chimed in and he took that as a personal shot at Skip Bayless.
Oh,
The
God.
sources need to be identified if you're going on air and defame us athletes. Statements like this is what adds to the hate of players because take these statements from said sources to be gospel. At Skip Bayless was notorious for this and mainly the reason have the perceptions they have about me. And this is from the New York Post, and it was from
Bless you.
yesterday.
Thank you.
So that's an interesting. Like we got
So-
To in the mix here. I mean, is that just his way to stay relevant? You think?
Yep.
Hold on. Can we go back? Yes, but can we go back to what Dave just said there? Did you say Devin Mitchell? Did you mean Donovan Mitchell?
Devin, Devon, I don't know. It's a D Mitchell.
No, it's
He plays
Donovan.
with the Cavs, maybe.
Yeah, it's
I don't
Donovan.
know.
It's the spider.
D Mitchell, D Nice. I don't know.
Oh, God. So yeah, see, I agree with Snacks, and with the To thing as well. I think To's kind of onto something there. Skip Bayless. I mean, I've always kind of been on the fence about that guy. Anyway, him and Stephen A. I don't know. They're a weird vibe. I'll say that. Like the fact that like Shannon Sharp puts himself on a show with him. I don't disagree with a lot of Shannon's takes. I feel like Shannon there to kind of keep Skip in line almost.
Bro, but it literally always ends with Shannon just getting so fed up and just being like, I'm done. Like, man, but then you see Shannon out on a court getting in it with the Grizzlies players. Like, man, like, does Shannon just like to argue? Like, let's.
Do you think that maybe part of him being who he is brings some of that on him?
Who, Shannon?
Yeah, being the person of interest on a show that he's on with all of the controversial takes, you might say.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna have an opinion, right? Everybody's got one. And let's be real, like not everybody's gonna agree with those opinions, or those hot takes.
Sure.
Just like the Westbrook thing. Like, I think he's soft. He gets fans thrown out of games because he can't stand with the banter, right? Well,
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're a professional athlete. Like, unless they're literally degrading you, like calling you racial names, there shouldn't be any way that a fan loses their tickets for that.
No, hashtag Meta World Peace. So,
Oh, wow.
so
Punches thrown, not shots.
yeah, right. So see that's kind of my complaint / rant with that as well is like, why are you letting somebody that has absolutely nothing to do with you on the court dictate how you're going to act and play on the court? Like, I don't understand that. Like, and that's where you are 100% right. I think just today's day and age of player is soft. One of my favorite, probably, as a matter of fact, it is my favorite. ESPN 30 for 30 is Winning Time with Reggie Miller. Like him getting into it with Spike Lee on the sideline. Like, that stuff used to happen all the time. Now Spike Lee goes out there and starts the same stuff that he did. Like, say he starts that with a player today. He's kicked out of the arena, probably never allowed to come back. And, his name, he's getting defamed.
Oh, shoot, man. MSG is Spike's home. What you mean?
Well, it's kind of funny, speaking of MSG. Do you remember hearing the story? Patrick Ewing went to go into the arena and, like, they wouldn't let him in because he didn't have his credentials or whatever. But they wouldn't let him in. They didn't know who he
My
was.
fucking credentials are on Patrick fucking Ewing.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. This was a couple of years ago, but I was just like, I could. He was so mad. He was like pissed. He was really mad about it.
I don't blame him.
But that's I thought that was really funny. You just Madison Square Garden made me think about that. Like they wouldn't let that man in. Like he's kind of who built that freaking thing, you know?
Oh, absolutely, 1,000,000%.
Yeah, wild concept.
When I think of the Knicks, I think of Patrick Ewing.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, ow, oh. Hit me with your purse?
It looked like a suitcase. I don't know what you mean, purse.
I don't know. Whatever. We got birthday. We got a big birthday party to be at today, so that's big news.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, she had to go get the birthday.
Guess we better get to another topic here, huh?
Yeah, we can. So tell me, I'm gonna 100% tell myself here, Max Fried and this Braves arbitration thing. Tell me what's going on here.
Man, so the Braves took Max Fried to arbitration over $1.5 million.
What?
And they won. They won the arbitration hearing, but instead of them paying him $15 million, they're going to pay him $13.5. And guess what happens? Max Fried is a freaking ace. He is a stud. And we're going to take him to arbitration over 1.5 mil, and he's your ace on your squad. Why are we doing that?
Yeah. So did they like give a reason?
I mean, I think it's arbitration hearings are all just about money, if you ask me. You know, I mean, and I could be wrong. I'm not, I don't get to go to these arbitration hearings, obviously, but truthfully, I mean, you got an ace like that, and just like the Cardinals, they took Jack Flaherty to arbitration. I mean, the Braves though, so Snacks brings up a point. He says, but how does that 1.5 affect cap space or team value? Well, let's be real, Snacks. There's not a single cap space in baseball. You can have the most expensive team that you want to put out there. And let's be real, the Braves, over the course of time, look at Ozzie Albies' contract. It's like 7 years for $50 million, and he's like one of the top second basemen in the league. Like,
Isn't
come
that crazy?
on, dude, it's insane. And what did they just sign? Not Spencer Strider. He's their rookie. Shoot, who did they just sign last year to some ridiculous contract to? And it's a pitcher. And you've got these pitchers out here making $30 million a season, and this guy just like locked it up for like $8 million a season or something like that.
Right. I don't know. So that's the interesting thing. That's probably growing up a Cardinals fan. Obviously, we're used to success a little bit, you might say.
We're spoiled.
Yeah, for sure. But like that's why like I can never stand teams like the Yankees. And I'm getting to be the same way with the Dodgers. Is like you don't win, you just throw more money at it. You know, the Steinbrenner way was just you just throw more money at it until you get what you want out of the deal. Like it's just kind of a wild concept to me. I don't.
Here's what I hope, and I want your guys' take on this. Basketball has a salary cap. Football has a salary cap. The MLB Players Association will never go for it, but the MLB needs to implement some sort of salary cap to keep these teams even.
Well, they got the luxury tax,
yeah,
but that doesn't do enough to curb it.
It's who cares? I mean, and Snacks brings up a point. You know, money could be used better elsewhere. Well, correct, but 1.5 million is a drop in the bucket to major league teams. This this day and age. But you know, the thing about it is, I've never been more, I don't know, frustrated with baseball than I have here recently. Just this offseason is a big proponent to that. You know, you see the Padres, you see the Rangers, you see the Mets even out there spending so much money.
Yeah, so pulling it up, you got the 10 highest payrolls, MLB payrolls of 2022. You got the Los Angeles Dodgers at $265 million. You got the New York Mets. Oh my God, I didn't realize the New York Mets spent that much money. The New York Mets at 261, the Yankees at 251, the Phillies at 242.
Yep, Trey Turner.
Yeah,
that and Bryce
Trey
Harper.
Turner deals would. Yep.
See the Padres at 220 million. Of course, that's taking on what's his nut.
Oh no, they made some big signings this offseason too, though.
Golly, dude, that's a lot of money. Boston Red Sox at 207. So like, there's a significant drop, even going from You got number 10, the Angels at 100. What the?
Mhm.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Trout,
and but
Anthony Rendon, and
what is
then
Otani's
Ohtani.
contract? I don't. Oh, Anthony Rendon. Yeah, that's a big contract. That's not
Yeah.
working out for them.
Are you kidding me? Like, is that a real thing?
Yeah.
In
Yep,
October,
it
he and the
absolutely
Angels
is.
agreed to a 1-year, $30 million contract extension through the 2023 season.
That's Otani's.
Yeah, that's
Whew.
Ohtani's deal right now.
Whew.
How much a year? Sorry.
30.
He's on a 1-year, $30 million.
But let's be real. That dude can pitch them to 15 victories and hit them to a triple crown.
Does he stick around? You think?
No,
I mean, why does Trout stick around? You know, like.
That's a great fucking question.
But let's talk about Trout.
Trout's got
also
one playoff appearance.
and he's been hurt previously a lot throughout the years, but still numbers projected higher than some of these other people that played healthy for seasons after seasons.
Yeah. So
So
Trout,
if you're looking at the Angels' top four, Rendon
shit.
at 38 million, Trout at 35.4, Shohei at 30, and then Tyler Anderson, who's a
Who is
pitcher,
that?
at 13 million.
Oh yeah, so you go from 30 down to 13. that's where the problem lies.
yeah. That's
So-
just absolutely insane. That 10th highest payroll in the MLB in 2022, and that's how bad you are.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Patrick,
so when
and
you're
did you see the
looking
Cardinals?
at their payroll percentage, it's Rendon at 22% of the payroll, Trout
Holy
at 21, Ohtani at 17%, and Tyler Anderson at 7. And this is from Sport Track's website.
Like
So
that's,
Okay.
yeah, so
Sport
you've
Tracks.
got Sport Track SPO or sorry Spot. God, I can't read or speak or anything. Spot
Devin
Rack.
Mitchell.
SPOTRAC. Yeah, shouts out to Devin Mitchell. Keep
Yeah,
playing for the
Devin. We're never getting Devin on the
For the-
podcast.
for the Calires of Cleveland.
So Patrick
oh
says
my God.
Patrick says he thinks Shohei stays in LA but goes to the blue team instead of the red. So I don't know.
And they could afford him.
I mean, they can
for
afford
real.
anybody. I mean, let's be honest.
I could
like,
almost see him only going to a big market team, just where he's going to have that world exposure. So somebody like the Yankees or the Mets. I could maybe even potentially see Boston, but probably just the Yankee, Mets, Dodgers. I don't think he would go to one of the Texas teams to avoid the tax.
See, listen, if I'm that man, there's a decent chance that I'm going wherever the fucking weather's nice. I mean, there's not a team in the
I mean,
MLB that's
truthfully, if I'm a player, I'm trying to go to Texas
because of the no tax thing.
because of the no tax thing. So you're pocketing way more of your money.
Okay, that's fair.
I mean, well, DeGrom just did.
If you're
and
just
Texas
looking,
hasn't
if
been
you're
relevant
looking
in
at it from
years.
strictly, if you're just strictly looking at it from a financial standpoint, like that, if you can avoid that tax,
Yeah, and DeGrom was open about the fact that that's why he went to Texas. I mean, he
Yeah.
was open about
Let's
that.
be real, they offered him a massive contract too. Like it's.
But I mean,
Right.
he did
that's
say
a
one of
dude
the
that hasn't
reasons.
stayed healthy either.
No, but he did say that one of the reasons that he did go was because of the no tax thing. He's trying to, I can't remember the exact words that he used, essentially put himself in a better financial position long term, and Texas is like the place to do that. But it's wild to me that we go from the Dodgers at $265 million, even just 10 teams down. We are at 169 with the Angels again, and success of the Angels is kind of like the not the point here, but there's just such a humongous gap. Like, where do these other teams go to get their money? You know, like if say, okay, we got number 30 is the Baltimore Orioles. You got, so let's go the 10 lowest. You got Baltimore Orioles at 43 million, Oakland A's at 45 million, Pittsburgh at 66, Guardians at 67, the Miami Marlins at 83. Jeter wrecked that place. Don't even want to hear about it.
Jeter traded all his good prospects to New York Yankees.
Yeah. Yeah, he sure did. But that's just to show like, hey, if I'm the Orioles, where do I get that kind of money? Where do I come up with $200 million in salary to make myself
Right.
competitive? Like I could see the argument of a salary cap in that point, but to me the interesting thing in that is like I do enjoy the fact that it's like there is no cap. To me, that's kind of like Jacob may not be something you know a ton about, but it's like classifying a team. It's like classifying a team and saying, "Oh, well, you can't play in this division. You have to play in this division." Like, at what point do we get to the division where you just let the big dogs eat? I kind of do feel like the MLB does do that. You
That's
get your luxury
what
taxes and
AAA is
everything else.
for.
Who the hell follows AAA baseball?
Man, I don't know. AAA as a whole, not me, but AAA as Memphis and AA as Springfield. Yeah, I mean, I'd follow them because they're obviously the Cardinals farm organization. But
it's not the brand though. MLB is trying to grow a brand, and you grow a brand by just letting it be basically fucking chaos.
Dave's over here laughing. I'm curious, Dave, what you laughing about?
Just the fact that you pulled a minor league reference.
I mean, I just think about it like, Jesse was talking about classifications. Like, I mean, there's
Right.
upper levels of baseball, just like there's upper levels of softball. That's major leagues, and then, or that's how I view it. I
Sure.
mean, not necessarily the
I
same
don't
way.
know.
But
It's wild to think too, though. Even with all that money they're spending, I mean, how many years were the Rays good without spending that kind of money? I mean, they got really fortunate with some draft picks, but even
Sure.
I mean, you mentioned the Guardians as being in the bottom, 4 there, and they won their division this last year and made a push to the ALCS.
Right, and Snacks could say you could follow the good players in the minors, but again, like we're thinking brand here, just being like a brand manager type of deal. Like the MLB doesn't necessarily promote those minor league teams because that's not where the money's at. They don't want you to go.
Right.
They don't want you to go watch a minor league team somewhere. They want you to go put your ass in a seat for $100 somewhere at an MLB stadium. That's what they want. Like I think that it's just about a branding thing, and that's the way they've chosen to run their brand. I don't hate it. Sports would be boring if there were. I guess you could not say more rules, but like more things like that in place. Like I'm diving off kind of in a rabbit hole here when it comes to like the whole steroids thing. Let them fucking do it. Let them do it. I don't care.
hashtag hot take.
Yeah, really. Let them do it. Like you are a professional athlete at the top of your game. You've done what you can to get to the top. If you're not willing to go that far with what you want to do to be at the top, then you should acknowledge the fact that that's why you're where you're at. Personally, I mean that's my take on that because shoving a needle in your ass doesn't make you an athlete. It doesn't. It just doesn't.
You're right. I mean, so all right. You said we were diving down a rabbit hole, and this is going to be a rabbit hole, and maybe we want to save this for another episode. But does Bonds belong in the Hall of Fame? Yes or no?
Yeah, I hate Barry Bonds, but he belongs in the Hall of Fame.
I don't agree. Dave?
Now I'm gonna let you two sort this one out. I want to see where this goes.
No, I need to see. I need to hear an answer before I give my justification.
Okay, well,
I say no.
Okay.
Okay.
So here's why I don't, and maybe we should say this because there's a lot of people we could talk about.
yeah, for sure. Let's finish this part of
let's
this
table that.
conversation. But this is something that we can definitely bring up again.
For sure.
Obviously I'm not a poster child. I love what steroids do for performance.
I mean, okay. I love Mark McGwire. I love the home run race of '98. I am biased to him, but that home run race of '98 with him and Sosa, I mean, that brought a lot of fans back into baseball.
Dude, I to this day,
Great-
if I come
great
across
for the
anything,
sport.
if I come across anything related to baseball from that year, like video wise, I watch it. I just get sucked in.
Yeah. I mean, did you see the 30 for 30 on it?
Yes.
So I've not fully got to watch that yet. So I really should watch it because I heard it's really good. But I don't know. I do not agree. If they're going to keep Pete Rose out of the Hall of Fame for betting on his team,
Yeah, that's
betting
bullshit, by the
on
way.
his team, then I think all like they're doing. I think all steroid users should be out of the game. However, they didn't start testing for steroids until when? You
Go
know,
ahead.
and we can have a whole episode about this, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying I don't think Barry deserves to be in the Hall of Fame just for the cheating purposes.
How many guys are in the Hall of Fame right now that did steroids?
Oh, probably a lot.
Okay.
And that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's my point is like, we can't just like suddenly make an exception to the rule. And to be fair, if we're going to compare Mark McGwire to Barry Bonds, Mark McGwire hit, 48 home runs his rookie year? How many did Bonds hit?
No, I don't know.
I think it was.
Bonds is a way different player, though.
Okay. Bonds, home runs.
And
by
snacks,
season.
I agree with you. So Snacks brings up some good points here. Pine tar pitchers and steroids. Let's make it exciting. I 100% agree. However, you know, you're a professional athlete, right? You take that choice to put whatever in your body that you want, right? And that's on your conscience or that's on your body. But he says Bonds was a Hall of Famer before going to San Fran. Okay, maybe, but he was doing steroids at some point too. I don't think Mark McGwire should be in the Hall of Fame.
See, I don't.
Bonds was just a freak of an athlete, though, in his early career. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. He was a 40-40 threat.
I mean, right. If you just look at him body size wise, I mean, he was night and day different. He was a twig human compared to a,
Sure.
you know.
But you never
Cowboy.
know when that started, and you can't just be like, "Oh, it started."
Oh, I can tell you
this
when it
time.
started. Look at the motherfucker. I mean,
okay,
you can
but-
tell when it started. But like, okay,
I mean-
here's the example. So I got Barry Bonds' stats pulled up. 16 home runs his rookie year. 16. Mark McGwire hit 48. Now again, I'm not saying that shoving a needle in your ass makes you learn how to hit a baseball, but he didn't possess the power that he did.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, he was willing to take that risk. He's willing to take that risk to put his body through it, I mean, obviously we're talking financially, like he's going to run himself broke shoving a needle in his ass, but he's not. But there's so many different things. Like, he's willing to take that risk to be at the top of the game. But even before that, he's still putting up good numbers. Like, I can't stand Barry. The reason I can't stand Barry Bonds is when he used to take his kids to the press conferences, and I'll have to pull up the quote, the clip somewhere. He's got his kid in his lap, and the kid leans over to the microphone and says, "Please pitch to my daddy." Get out of here. Why are you bringing your kid into a press conference to try and guilt people into pitching to you so you can break a home run record? That's bullshit.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah. So like that's a side of it that I don't like. But Barry Bonds was until he got big, like big, he was a 40-40 threat almost every year for let's see. We could start in 1990 and go all the way up until I'll even cap it at 1998. So there was 8 years there. So in 1990 he had 52 stolen bases, 52 stolen bases, 33 home runs. And then going down to 98, where you would say his stolen bases fell off to 28. I mean, he still had 37 home runs. Like that, it's crazy. A 40-40 guy is crazy. So the fact that he was able to do that before getting big and just doing nothing but hitting home runs, like, it's funny watching his stolen bases fall off, and I understand age is part of this too. But it goes from 28 to 15 to 11 to 13 to single digits for the rest of his career.
Yeah.
And the more his career progressed, the more he got on base too. So
Sure. But it's so back to the point of, like, he was an athlete before he started doing steroids, just the same as McGwire was. Like, and what about the guys that do steroids that don't hit home runs, but they're still hitting the ball hard? They're still what?
Just laughing at the chat, Snacks and Patrick.
Oh, are they going at it? Oh, well, they are going at it. Here.
He said Reigns did coke and is in the Hall of Fame, and then Snacks said Strawberry never played a game. Man.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can't pick and choose what we want in there. Like Roger Clemens, 100%, one of the best pitchers to stand on a pitcher's mound, in my opinion. Like, who cares if he's on steroids? Oh my God, Roger Clemens on steroids. Guess what? He's pitching to guys on steroids. And how many guys stand in that box or stand on that mound that are on juice and nobody knows about?
I guess the one thing that you could argue about Hall of Fame is, everybody had the same advantages when they wanted them, if they wanted them. Clemens could be taking steroids, or McGuire could be taking steroids, or whatever, and they're not getting tested until, when do they start testing? 05, I think is what I looked up a while back. But now everybody that's being tested either wants to take a chance and get away with it or not get away with it. You know what I mean? So I guess you could look at it that way, but I don't know. I just don't agree. I don't think Bonds belongs. I don't think McGuire belongs. I don't think anybody that cheated the game belongs. Then you're allowing the integrity of the game to be clouded.
But based on loose terms with cheating here, okay? Being, growing up around, this is going to be a terrible thing, but this is where I heard it, and it's kind of like Dammy's right. So when we were younger, I was into like trucks and the mud and trucks and everything, and it's, everybody used to go to the mud runs and complain, oh, this guy's got nitrous in his truck, he's hiding it in here, and then everybody's excuse to this was like, well, it's not cheating if you don't get caught. I mean,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but they're right. That's the crazy thing, is they're right. I mean, until you get caught, you're not labeled as a cheater.
Yeah, but see, I don't know. Let's save the rest of this argument for another.
we definitely need to. But just real quick, so steroids finally made its way into baseball as a banned substance list in 1991. However, testing for major league players did not start until the 2003 season.
Right? Yeah, I was going to say, I knew it was 03 or 05. And then they didn't even test regularly like they are now,
No. Who was it here? It wasn't too long ago. Just absolutely went nuts on the basketball court, and they drug tested him the next day. Who was it?
Man, they've been doing it a long time. Steph Curry, John Morant. I mean, John Morant had that huge poster this year, and he got drug tested the very next day.
To me, that's hilarious. I mean, I guess that's your way kind of keeping checks and balances, but I do find that hilarious. They're like, oh, that guy fucked him up. We better go ahead and test him real quick.
Hashtag random.
Right. Yeah.
So we got a couple other topics.
They got to be quick because I got to go run through the show. We're supposed to leave at noon.
Oh,
what time? Got to make it quick. It's 11:30.
Yeah,
okay.
It's 11:30. Right, Jacob, save it for next week.
No. There's one more. We've talked about the Super Bowl. There's one more.
Okay.
Dave, don't drop your shoulders. And Jesse and I talked about this a little earlier, but so we're going to talk about the Chiefs again one more time real quick. So Mahomes this year, I said to Jesse earlier, Mahomes is not Mahomes this year without Travis Kelce.
Well,
yeah, for sure. And like the other side of this is, I was talking with my dad about this last night. So you got Mahomes, who isn't what he is without Kelce, but the Chiefs really haven't been that offensive team that's like, part of why I started watching the Chiefs so much was just watching them play backyard football. Really. So
yeah,
you take these guys that, you got Tyreek Hill out here. Well, guess what? The play's broke. Well, guess what? It just started for Tyreek, because there is no human on the face of this earth that can keep up with that man long enough to keep him contained. I'm going this way. I'm going that way. I'm going this way. I'm going back this way. You can't keep up with him. He cuts so fast and he runs so fast. There's not a human on the face of this earth that can keep up with him unless he tells them what he's going to do. And even then, I don't think they could keep up with him. So
I would agree.
You got guys like that. Like, go back and look and see how many times he bailed Patrick Mahomes out of a jam that he was in with the backyard football stuff.
Hey, where's that meme? Fuck it. Tyreek's down there somewhere.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Just throw it. And honestly, Tyreek being a small dude, like, he can jump. He can get out of the ceiling.
Yeah, so the term that Lucas uses for him that I really like, muscle hamster. I mean, but it's a real thing though.
Oh man,
the guy's absolutely yoked. But you want to talk about drug testing and stuff? We could talk about the NFL too. Have you seen Myles Garrett?
Oh, dude, he is a specimen of a beast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like him playing basketball. Remember the clips of him playing basketball a couple years ago?
Man, just jamming the ball.
Dude,
did you see him in the Celebrity All-Star game last year? Like just dunking on everybody?
Yeah. But you got him. You got like the size of his hands. You know, you talk about Kawhi Leonard having big hands. I would questionably make the argument that Myles Garrett's hands are bigger than Kawhi Leonard's.
Who probably?
I mean, have you like if you look at the clips of like him dribbling that ball? I mean, it's absolutely insane. But
yeah. So fun fact: Scottie Pippen could scratch the bottom of his kneecap without bending over.
Oh my God, that's wild.
Yeah.
But circling back here so we can get this done though. Yeah, so the Chiefs were still good this year. Obviously, don't get me wrong. I mean, they're in the position they are now, and they've had all the good players have these good years, or good year this year. But they're not the team that you go out and watch them hang 40 a game anymore. They don't win games by 2 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns anymore. They win them by 5 to 10 points.
Right. Yeah. There's not been a huge blowout game, but I also think, to my point earlier, is that goes back to some of their defensive mishaps. We've got, I say I'm not playing. The Chiefs have 2 rookie secondary defensive backs, and 1 second year that I think tore ACL or tore Achilles last year. And then you've got Justin Reed as a kind of like a veteran.
Sure.
And that's their secondary.
But to me, honestly, I think their defense is better this year than it has been in years past, personally. Even with the secondary.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree. But then I think, too, the secondary is weak, but the front 7 or front however many, front 7, because they do a 4-3. The front 7 are really good. I mean, Nick Bolton set a franchise record for tackles this year. Mm-hmm. Mizzou alum. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
But and then Chris Jones is going to be Chris Jones. I mean, he had 15 and a half sacks for the season or something. And then this year, even though the Chiefs for the last 6 years have been in the playoffs, this year is the first year Chris Jones got a sack in the playoffs.
Right. See, that's the wild thing to me. Like, if their defense shows up to play tomorrow, like it did last week against Cincinnati, I understand Cincinnati had a hurt O-line, but if that defense shows up to play like it did last week, I think the Eagles are in trouble. I really do.
So one thing that Chase Daniel said on when he was analyzing Jalen Hurts is how good Jalen Hurts. So Jalen Hurts this year leads the league in tight window throws. So and you wouldn't think Jalen Hurts leads the league in that, right? But I also looked at the schedule of the Eagles. Look at the opponents they were playing. Look at their division.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. They get 2 games against the Commanders. Like, come on.
See, and that's why, everybody's talking about Tampa Bay making the playoffs and stuff. Like, dude, Tampa Bay did not deserve to be there. They should have made them sit out and made whatever team made into the wild card team. They did not deserve to be there. That division was trash. They were trash. And I'm a Tom Brady fan, and I'll say they were trash. So that's an example of just you can't always buy into the numbers. And your point being, look at who they played.
Yep.
But at the same time, that's still the best football players on planet Earth all playing the game, and he's still making those throws. So, I mean, it is what it is. But that's an interesting stat, though. I like the oddball stats like that.
Yeah, I just saw that the other day. Chase Daniel, hashtag Mizzou alum.
Yeah. Oh, killing it.
Analyzing the tight window throws and who led the league, and it was Jalen Hurts of all, and how quick he can get the ball out. And the throw that I saw that they were analyzing, maybe it was a piss poor throw at the feet of somebody. Somebody literally just made a good catch. And Chase Daniel was also like, well, it wasn't a great throw, so it's not a great example, but it's still completed and still got the chains moved.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's about moving the chains and getting down the field. So.
Right. See, I don't know. Interesting take. I'll be interested to see what happens tomorrow. But what needs to happen today is me finishing up this podcast. So, what do you want to do?
So you're not grounded for next week.
Yeah. So, what same time next week? Is that what we're doing?
10 a.m. Saturdays.
Unicorn Cowboy Podcast Season 1, Episode 2, next Saturday at 10 a.m. I'll go ahead and schedule it.
All right.
Devin Mitchell on the podcast? Question mark.
All right, well, yeah. Next time we can't do LeBron is homeless. Next time, what are we gonna do?
Hashtag Devin Mitchell. I mean, it'll be a good Super Bowl recap episode.
Yeah, we could talk about our favorite commercial. All the good stuff. We got something to roll with now. Also, we got to know what you're eating. We got to know what you're eating for the Super Bowl.
Oh.
Next
right
week.
now?
Next week.
Oh, next week. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have
I
a
haven't
good list.
decided.
Yeah, maybe
One-
I got a couple things in the wheelhouse.
Yeah, maybe
one of us here is down 30 pounds. We gotta take it a little easy on Sunday.
I mean, I'm down 22 and I'm still going ham. I don't know what
brag.
you want.
He said, "I'm going ham." Okay.
Yeah,
Humble brag.
I'm down 22, looking to get 18 back.
That's still a net -4. Give it.
Right. Crunch the
All
numbers,
right, on
Vegas.
that
Let's go.
note, I'm gonna go ahead and dipsy doodle.
Right. Well, I can't say swing hard in case
Oh,
you hit it. Beat the hero, catch you next time. So what's the closing going to be here? Dave, give me something.
Moo.
Oh my God.